Hey guys, what is going on? McMull2 here, welcome back. Today we are doing the heroic battle for the Endor escalation. This is where you're going to be taking your Ewok team, you're going to be finding an ATST. As you can see, the first time we do this battle is going to be embed supplied units. All of these characters are going to have no mods in them, but they are max star, max gear, and max abilities on everyone. So you're going to have the Zetas on Chirpa and Logray and Pat Blue. But really, this is going to be the first time you're going to have this battle, and it's going to be event supplied, but from now on, after this battle, you're going to have to use your own characters. As you can see, the first wave, there's going to be a total of 5 waves. You're going to have an ATST, 2 Scout Troopers in the first wave, and they basically come out just absolutely ready to kill you. And really, what's going to be happening here is all your Ewoks are going to have days on them, they're going to have these burning debuffs on them, and you're just going to have to survive this first onslaught and just kind of hope that you can quickly take out these Scout Troopers and heal up the debuffs and just kind of survive. Once this happens, it's going to go pretty easy. You can see here with the dazes, you don't want to use your assist or your Terminator boost with daze on because your Ewoks can be immune to that. But really, once you cleanse off that daze, you're free to go ham with your Ewoks. You can see here, Elder is going to be doing a lot of Terminator boost. You can see all these buffs starting to go out, and it's just really going to turn into a nice little easy fight this first wave. And really, that's the nice thing about these Ewoks, is that they're going to go fast, and they're going to attack quite often. And that's going to make things pretty easy. So this first battle is going to be you taking the ATST down to about 75% health, at which point it will go into Encounter 2. But really, there's not much to say here besides just kind of kill off the 2 Scout Troopers and just fight down the ATST to about 75% health. Really not much here. When using Wicket's ability to call an assist, I prefer using Elder because Elder can boost turn meter on his basic attack, so that's nice to have. You can see here there's a few different attacks that the ATST has. You can see he does an AoE daze, he does some AoE burning attacks, and he can inflict stagger. So there's a few different debuffs and everything you have to keep an eye out for, but that's where you have Elder in here. It should be noted that these are all event supplied units. I don't necessarily like some of the units you have in here. Pat Blue, I'd rather have Scout than Pat Blue, but that's okay. We'll make do without it. So here we are with the second wave. You've got a Stormtrooper Commando, and you've got a Recon Stormtrooper, and you have a basic Stormtrooper. And that basic Stormtrooper is going to be taunting. So if you can knock out some of the other characters before he taunts, or you can go ahead and kill your Stormtrooper in the back first, that works fine. You can see that the ATST is in the background. This is sort of like your Phase 3 attacks and the HAAT raid. So there's going to be a lot of damage that ATST is going to do in the back if you aren't ready for it. As you'll see here in a moment, he's going to do some pretty good damage, and it's gonna hurt a bit. It's going to inflict some debuffs, and that's why you have Ewok Elder in here to cleanse. When we go to the final, you can see there he dispels all the buffs and then inflicts daze. So yeah, when you go to the full when you go into the event next time where it's just our characters, I highly recommend you have Elder in this team. I'd honestly kind of recommend the Zeta Chirpa lead. You can see their phones going a little crazy. Zeta Chirpa lead with Elder, Logray, Wicket, and Scout is probably going to be your optimal team for next turn. And then, yeah, Wave 3, it's basically a repeat of the first wave, except there's not going to be that boosted turn meter that you saw with first wave, so you're going to be able to knock things out on your own. It should be noted, apparently, supposedly, the ATST is supposed to be affected by turn meter removal. I didn't necessarily find that. But you can also see here, when the Scout Troopers attack, they're boosting the turn meter of the ATST. And you really need to knock out those Scout Troopers first, because with that, the more the ATST goes, it's going to hurt more often, and it's really going to knock things out. You'll see, I'm already losing Logray here, but thankfully that's why we have Ewok Elder, who can just revive Logray, and Elder is already Omega on his revive anyways, so that the revived Elder is going, or the revived Ewok is going to be assisting anyways. So you can see here, just kind of knocking out these Scout Troopers as quickly as I can, cleansing the debuffs. That way we can get the assists in with everyone, using the Wicket assist with Elder to help boost turn meter for your team, and then just kind of knocking down more of the ATST. So it's really just a repeat of the first wave, where you're just going to be knocking out the 2 Scout Troopers first to help prevent the turn meter boost, use the big assist to knock down the damage on the ATST, and just kind of working your way through it. So there's really the first and the third wave aren't really that bad. The fourth wave is going to get a little more interesting, which we'll see here in a second once we finish knocking down more of the health. But you get this ATST down to about 50% health, and then we will go into fourth phase. And really, the kind of the transitions, the animations, the ATST is really impressive. I gotta say, I really like the animations and everything we've got going on with this ATST in this heroic battle. Definitely think this is something we should get more of in the future for sure. But yeah, you can see now you've got 2 Stormtroopers, 2 Recon Stormtroopers, and a Stormtrooper Commando. And with Wicket, his ability where he calls in an air barrage is really going to be vital here, because every critical hit he scores with it is going to give 10% turn meter to your Ewok allies. That's really going to help boost your Ewok's turn meter, help them go faster. So you can see here just kind of knocking out the Recon Stormtroopers. You can see there with the ATST, he does that AoE thing where he does the daze. And it should be known with that daze, don't use the AoE for Wicket yet, because with that you're not going to be getting the bonus turn meter like you should be. So wait for that, for the daze to go away with Elder, or for it to just wear off. And it should be noted as well, don't use the Zeta Chirp, or don't use a Chirp of Massacre assist either with those dazes, because no one's going to be assisting then. But yeah, it's just it's kind of a little harder version of Wave 2. I've seen people do this battle on auto. Really, it's pretty easy, which is kind of a shame, but at the same time it's nice. But it's more of just us getting a feel for how these Ewoks work together as a team, which is nice. It's sort of like a tutorial mission, and it's a nice little flashy event at the same time. So really, it's a nice tutorial and just us figuring out the flow of these Ewoks and seeing what they can do together. And that's the nice thing, because there hasn't been a lot of things where you get to see them work together. It was not. You could try with the marquee events, which was good to have, but it's nicer to see this with the Zeta, so you can see their full potential. And that was sort of the thing with the Flash events too for Phoenix, where you could see how these different characters in the Phoenix Squad work together, and then the bonus tier was just you bringing them all together and seeing how they worked. So here we are with the final wave. Wave 5, you can see that now the ATST has increased offense, crit chance, immune to turn meter reduction, which I didn't realize he was immune to it in the first place. But anyways, so yeah, if you could reduce the turn meter on the ATST, by all means go ahead and go for it. But really, now you've got the increased damage from the ATST, and you have these 2 Scout Troopers again dealing a lot of boosted turn meter to Wicket, or to the ATST if you don't knock him out in time. So go ahead, take him out first, and then start focusing on your other characters as well. And then also, yeah, there's no point in doing that because he's immune to daze. But really, also, Logray has that special ability where he will cause, he'll give boosted turn meter to all allies, and then your Ewok allies gain foresight and advantage and offense up, and that's really nice to have. Paploo has ability where he can cleanse one other Ewok ally, and that Ewok ally is a call to assist. So that's nice to have as well. You can see here cleansing debuffs from everyone, and you can see Paploo is basically running full protection this entire time, and that's with the Zeta on him where he regenerates 5% protection every time he gains a buff. And that's nice to have. Plus, if he gains stealth, which you could use as a combination with Wicket, with his special assist, you can end up doing a forced taunt on Paploo. And that's going to be nice to have as well. That's something I didn't really think about. I was thinking more about the boosted turn meter with Elder. But that is pretty much it. You can see this fight's pretty much over already. So, yeah, guys, I'll let it finish out playing the rest of it for it. This is just a kind of quick look at it, seeing what it's like, and giving some tips about how to do it on your own. But if you want to do it on auto, apparently it's doable. So yeah, guys, go ahead and do it on auto if you so wish. And yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any questions about it, and feel free to subscribe to my channel for more content in the future. And I will talk to you guys later.